Hi, good morning students and welcome to this class on three-dimensional geometry. I'm Cleeta Ma'am, your mathematics educator for KCET Unacademy, India's largest learning platform. Students, I'm a postgraduate in mathematics and have been taking up mathematics classes for the students of different age groups for past 5 years now. And I'm also taking up KCET here on Unacademy. Apart from that, I'm also a Vedic mathematics trainer. So it's my utmost privilege to be here and to take up this class for you all on the Unacademy KCET YouTube channel. So students, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do click on the button right there below and do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and do not forget to click the bell icon to keep yourself updated with all the live classes that will be happening here on the platform. Students, on the Unacademy application, on Unacademy platform, we have the special classes, the plus classes running for you all just for the KCET preparation 2021-2022. If you haven't explored our classes, please do check out for the link given in the description that will redirect you to my profile. Do follow me and do join me in the special classes that I will be taking up for all the aspirants of KCET 2021-2022. We have also started with a daily T20, a free practice course on our platform. As you can see on the screen, the course has started on 2nd of November. If you haven't enrolled yet, students, please do check out for this free practice course on our platform. Get yourself enrolled and start practicing for the KCET examination. Yes, the pandemic has hit us, but the examinations are not going to stop. You will have to appear for your boards as well as the competitive examination. So make it a point to start your practice for the examination right from today, and you will be able to ace the examination with very good ranking there. To help you out with the preparation for KCET, students, we have the plus classes also running on a platform. Now you might be wondering or ask me, what is the difference, right? In the plus classes, you are getting the exclusive classes from the top educators on a platform who will train you for your KCET examination. So you will be having live classes. Along with that, you will also have live doubt clearing session. These educators will help you out with the shortcut techniques, with the tricks to crack all the questions there. So do not forget to get your plus subscription. Now to get your plus subscription, you will need the link to the plus page, which is shared with you all in the description of this class. So do check out for the link for the plus classes, and while you're getting your plus subscription, right, do not forget to use the code that is seen on the screen, which is CLEETALIVE, CLEETALIVE. Using this code, you will get 10% off on all the subscriptions that we have on the platform. Students, the batch preparation courses are inclusive in these plus subscription. As you can see on the screen, there's the champions batch where I will be taking up classes is already live from 15th of October. You could enroll to this batch or to all the other batches that we have on the platform. You are not restricted to the access to any of the batch. You are free to enroll to one or all the batches according to your convenience. Right, so here are the few best plans that you can go ahead and get your subscription. So we have a plan for 6 months and 12 months. You could also check in for the 1 month trial pack or the 24 months plan that we have on the platform. So you're getting a quality education at your own convenience, at your own time, at your own place by the top educators in and around the country. Isn't that great? Right? So as you can see, the pricing, this is very minimal, and I have already shared a code with you all, that is CLEETALIVE. Using the code, you will be able to get additional 10% off on all the offers that we have here on the platform, students. Right then, let's begin with the today's class, the three-dimensional geometry. So before we could go to the mock test, students, before I give you few questions that we would be solving, let's quickly revise the concept of the three-dimensional geometry or the three-dimensional system. Right? A space where you would discuss the entire setup in terms of the three dimension. This is called the three-dimensional system, or you could call it as a space here in this case, in general references. So you will be talking about the x coordinate, y coordinate and z coordinates, right? So you have studied in two-dimensional geometry. When you talk about a certain thing in terms of two dimension, you are referring to a object in a plane, right? So we are talking now about a three-dimensional setup, right, where you have three coordinate axes, that is respectively x, y and z. From this three-dimensional setup, we can also form the two-dimensional planes. And what would be the two-dimensional planes here in this case? I could choose the x and y axis, the y and z axis, and the z and the x axis, right? The three different combinations which are possible. So these will give us the y-o-z plane, z-o-x plane and the x-o-y plane, which we can refer to as the yz plane, zx plane and the xy plane. Yes, so these will be the different planes that you can address when you are talking about the three-dimensional system or the space. Now these planes, students, basically divide the entire space, right, into 8 different parts. Okay, and these 8 different parts are called as the octants. Okay, remember the word, these are called as the octants. So you have 8 different parts of the entire space divided by the planes, and these are called as the octants. Now the representation of any point in the space, right, as we are referring to the three-dimensional setup, it will have the representation given in terms of the all three axes. So as you can see, the point P of x, y, z here, right, the x will be the coordinate of the point with respect to the x-axis, y will be the coordinate of the point with respect to the y-axis, and z will be the coordinate of the points with respect to the z-axis here in this case. When we are addressing the origin now, since we are talking in the three-dimensional space, the origin will have the coordinates 0, 0, 0. Right? I hope you guys are following this. Yes, students, do not forget to give me a thumbs up if you're liking this lecture. Let's proceed with the few more concepts that I want to quickly revise with your students here. So as you can see, if any of the point in the three-dimensional setup, if it is lying on the respective coordinate axes, what would be their representation? So suppose if any point is on the x-axis, we have already studied in the two-dimensional setup, right? If any point is on the x-axis here, right, the y-coordinate would be 0, and similarly if you have any point lying on the y-axis, you would have the x-coordinate being equal to 0. The same follows even in the three-dimensional setup, wherein if any point is on the x-axis, you have the y and z coordinate here being 0. So it will have the coordinates x, 0, 0. Wherein on the y-axis it will have the coordinates 0, y, 0. And on the z-axis it will have the coordinates 0, 0, z here in this case. If we are referring to any point with respect to the particular plane, right, like the yz plane, the xy plane or the zx plane. So we are talking about the particular plane, so the another axis is not involved, so that coordinate will be equal to 0. So just look at the coordinate of any point in the yz plane, right? It will be 0, y, z. In the xy plane it will be x, y, 0, and in the zx plane this is going to be x, 0, z. Yes, I hope you guys are clear with the concept of the representation of the points which are on the axis or which are in particular plane or in general with the entire space, that is the three-dimensional setup. Right, now let's discuss about the equation of the certain points here. So look at the point numbers 2 students, right? So the equation of the yz plane here in this case will be given to you as x is equal to 0. The equation of the zx plane will be y is equal to 0, and the equation of the xy plane here in this case will be z is equal to 0. This is going to be quite easy for you all to remember, right? As you're talking about the points, what do you have? 0, look at the point here, yz plane, right? It is 0, yz. So which coordinate is 0 here? X is equal to 0. So you could remember them in these pairs. If you're talking about YZ plane, here the coordinate x is equal to 0, in the ZX plane y is equal to 0, and in the XY plane your coordinate z is equal to 0. These will be the equation of the respective planes there. Coming down to the respective axes, right, your x, any point on the x axis, it will be having the coordinates x, 0, 0. So what is the coordinate? Y coordinate is 0, z coordinate is 0. So these will be the equations of the x axis in the three-dimensional setup when we talk about it. So the equation of the x axis will be y is equal to 0 and z is equal to 0. The equation of the y axis will be z is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, and the equation of the z axis here will be x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. Yes, so these are the few of the fundamental concepts, students, that we have for the three-dimensional setup, right? These are the introductory concept that we will be discussing. Now let's understand about the signs of any coordinate point, that is in the space, right? What would be the signs, or what would be their signs with respect to the octants when we address here in this case. So as we said, in the three-dimensional setup, the entire setup would be divided in 8 different parts called as the octants, right? So as you can see on the table that I have shared with you all, these will be the signs with respect to the octants here. So this would be the sign of the x, y and z in the first octant, that is all will be positive. In the second octant it is going to be negative, plus, plus. In the third octant it is going to be negative, negative and plus. In the fourth octant it is going to be positive, negative, positive. Wherein in the fifth octant it is going to be positive, positive, negative. In the sixth it is negative, positive, negative. In the seventh it is going to be negative, negative and negative. And in the eighth it is going to be positive, negative and negative here in this case. Now let me give you all a quick trick to remember the signs of the coordinate points with respect to the octants. Okay, so we have studied the two-dimensional setup. So we'll use the knowledge of the signs of the quadrant, students. I mean signs of the coordinate points, and based on them in which quadrant they lie in. So if you remember, right, we have plus, plus, this is negative and this is negative, right? Whenever you have positive and positive, right, for the x and y coordinate, it would be in the first quadrant. When you have negative and the positive, it would be in the second quadrant. When you have both negative, it would be in the third quadrant. And when you had a positive and a negative, it would be in the fourth quadrant, right? So quickly follow the coordinate, I mean the signs of the x and y quadrants here in the first 4 octants. So you have positive, positive, negative, positive, negative, negative and positive and negative, right? So you will be easily able to note this table down based on the knowledge of the signs in the quadrants there. If you look at the pattern from the 5th to 8th octant here, there is a repetition again. So you have positive, positive, negative, positive, negative, negative and positive and negative. Okay, so this is nothing but the order in which you have the signs in the quadrants, and same thing is repeated here. Now what about the Z? So this is quite easy to remember as well, right? The first 4 here have the positive sign and the next 4 have the negative sign. Yes, so this is the way that you can remember, students, just relating it to the knowledge that you have already about the signs of the quadrants, I mean signs in the two-dimensional setup, right? I hope you guys have quickly understood this concept here and the idea how to remember the signs as well. So these are few of the formulas now which are modified in usage for the three-dimensional setup. Now suppose if you have the coordinate point, say of some point P, right, which has the coordinates x1, y1, z1, and Q has some coordinates, say x2, y2, z2, then distance between the point P and Q, this is given to us as root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square plus z2 minus z1 the whole square. Similarly, if you have m, the section formula, that is m is any point which divides your points, that is line joining the points A and B in the ratio m is to n. So the internal coordinates of m are given in this way and the external coordinates are given here. Similarly, we have the midpoint formula and the coordinates of the centroid of the triangle. So it's just the upgradation of the two-dimensional formula that we have studied. We have an additional term in terms of the z coordinate coming into picture, right? So this will be easy for you all to just remember, students. We have an additional term added on to the formulas that we have studied. So this was a quick recapitulation of the concept with the basics of three-dimensional geometry, students. So let us begin with the question and answers right now. So here you have the first question for today's class. Distance of the point 3 with the coordinates 3, 4 and 5 from the origin, which has the coordinate 0, 0, 0, is which of the following? So I want you all to give a try, students. I am giving you all 30 seconds here in this case. Try attempting this question. Basic use of the distance formula will be done here, right? So do attempt the question, students, and leave your answers in the live chat there. So let's take this coordinate as A, and this is the origin O, right? So we need the distance, that is AO, and what will this be equal to? According to the distance formula that we have, so distance formula is given to us as square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square plus z2 minus z1 the whole square. So we are looking for the distance of the point A from the origin, right? This is going to be square root of here in this case, right? So this is 0 minus 3 the whole square, that is minus 3 the whole square plus minus 4 the whole square, that is 0 minus 4, and 0 minus 5 the whole square, that is minus 5 the whole square. So the values here in this case will be minus 3 the whole square, that is 9, minus 4 the whole square, that is 16, plus minus 5 the whole square, which is 25. So adding up the values, 16 plus 9, this is 25, plus 25, this is root of 50 here in this case. And the right answer for the given question will be the option A, that is root of 50 units. So here is the next question now. Okay, if the distance between the points A, 0, 1 and 0, 1, 2 is root of 27, then the value of A is equal to which of the following? So here in this case, students, we are given 2 points and the distance between them is already given, right? You are asked to get the value for A. So give a try. Let me give you all a minute of time to attempt this question. So use the distance formula now. Let me quickly revise the distance. So this is point A and B that we are taking. So this will be equal to root of here in this case 0 minus A the whole square, which is minus A the whole square, plus 1 minus 0 the whole square, which is 1 square, plus 2 minus 1 the whole square, which is again 1 square, right? We are given the value for the distance, that is AB. What is the value? It is root of 27, and root of 27 here in this case will be equal to root of A square plus 2, right? So can you all simplify further from here? What would be the value for A square? Yes, squaring this equation, we will have, students, A square plus 2, this is equal to 27. So the A square value here is nothing but 25. So A is nothing but root of 25, and A will satisfy the value, that is plus or minus 5 here in this case. Okay, the right answer for this question is going to be the option B. Yes, I hope you guys are getting the solution. So let's proceed with the next question now. Here is the next question. X-axis is the intersection of the two planes Okay, and you're given the option, that is option A, x and y and x and z. Option B, y and z and z and x. Option C, x and y and y and z. And the option D, none of this. So what do you think is the right answer for this question? The x-axis will be the intersection between which of the two following planes? Yes? Give a try, students. Give me your answers. What do you all think would be the correct one here? X-axis will be the intersection between which two planes, students? Right? This is the question. Clearly, the option A will be the right answer. Right? The x-axis is the intersection between the xy and xz plane, because this is the common axis between both the planes given here. Okay? So the option A is the correct answer for the given questions. So all these questions, students, which we are doing right now at the moment are from the exemplar problems. So do give a try to these questions. I will be helping you out with the correct solution. So here is the next question. The equation of the y-axis is considered as which of the following option? The option A is x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. Option B, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0. Option C, z is equal to 0, x is equal to 0. And the option D, none of this. What will be the equation of the y-axis? And yes, the right answer here will be the option C, students. Right? What is the coordinate of any point on the y-axis? When we talk in the three-dimensional setup, it is going to be of the form 0, y, 0. Right? Any point on the lying on the y-axis will be of the form 0, y, 0. So as you can see, the x coordinate is here equal to 0 and the z coordinate is equal to 0. Right? So I did revise this concept. So looking at the coordinate, it would be easy for you all to guess the equation, and the option C will be the correct answer for the given question here. So here is the next question now, students. The point -2, -3, -4 lies in which of the quadrant, in which of the octant? Okay, your question is the point -2, -3, -4 lies in which of the following octant? So give a try, students. First of all, when you look for the points and the octants in which they lie, look at the coordinate for the z-axis. So here you have negative, right, -4. Based on this, you can decide if the given point lies in the first 4 octants or the next 4 octants, right? I did discuss with you all the pattern. If you have observed, the first 4 octants will have the positive side of the z-axis, and the next 4 octants will lie in the negative side of the z-axis. So here you have a negative value. So you will have this point, that is -2, -3, -4 lying between the 5th to 8th octant. Okay, it will be lying between 5th to the 8th octant. So the option A, option C, these are not the right answers. So let's check if it is option B or D. Now look at the points -2 and -3, right? So quickly go to the signs that you have in the quadrants. So negative and negative, this would lie in the 3rd quadrant, right? In the 3rd quadrant. So I did ask you to remember the pattern. So the 3rd quadrant plus the 7th quadrant would have x and y value being negative. So the right answer for this question for this case would be the option B, that is the point -2, -3 and -4. This lies in the 7th octant here. So students, if you have missed out the earlier part of this class where I have quickly revised the basics of three-dimensional geometry, do not forget to watch this video right from the shortcut, right from the beginning, where I have discussed with you all few of the shortcuts that you could use in identifying the axes or the equations of the axis, the planes, and also how to remember the signs of the octants. Right, let me give you all the next question now, students. Find the octant in which the points -3, 1, 2 and -3, 1, -2 lie respectively. Okay, as I was discussing with you all, first of all, let's note down the points. You have -3, 1 and 2, and the other point that is given to us in the space is -3, 1, -2. The first step that you would do here in this case is look at the z-axis coordinate. So here you have +2 and here you have -2. So based on this, you can quickly make a guess when you have the positive z coordinate here. So this point in the space will lie between the first and the fourth octant. Whenever you have a negative value in the z coordinate, this point in the three-dimensional space will lie between the 5th and the 8th octant. Okay, now let us look at the points for the x and y coordinates, students. So you have -3 and +1. So this is negative, x value is negative, wherein the y value is positive. So quickly go back to the knowledge that you have with the two-dimensional system, the two-dimensional xy plane. So the negative x and the positive y, this would lie in the second quadrant. Am I correct? Yes. So you have the point here, that is -x + y. This will lie in the second octant. Okay, this will lie in the second octant. Now coming down to the next point here, you have -3, 1, -2, right? So the coordinates of x and y, these are also minus and plus. So between the 5th and 8th, right? So you will have the point that is the 6th octant. There will have the signs negative, positive, negative. So the option D will be the correct answer for the given question, students here. Yes, did you all follow this? Are you all understanding how to identify the signs of points given in the three-dimensional and how to plot their respective octants, students? So students, if you're liking my classes, do not forget to check out the description of this lecture. You will find a link to my profile on the Unacademy platform. Please do click on the link, do follow me on the Unacademy platform and join me in for many more classes on 3-dimension and vectors in the special class series. Students, a daily T20, a free practice course for KCET is live on a platform from 2nd of November. If you haven't enrolled to this free practice course, do join us in on the platform using the Unacademy application and start practicing for the KCET examination. We have the plus classes which are taken up by the experts on the platform, where you will be trained to crack your KCET 21, 2022. So these will be live courses, and along with that you will also have live doubt clearing sessions. We will also train you all how to clear your competitive examination in time, students, and keeping that in mind, we will be giving you all the quizzes, test series, mock tests, which will be helpful for you all. Apart from that, you will also have an access to all the batch courses on a platform. So all of this in a single subscription is what you're getting, and you're getting the unlimited access to the classes of all the educators, not just mine, you will be able to access classes of all the 20 plus top educators on our platform, students. So this is one of the batch courses that we are running at the moment, and I will be taking up mathematics classes here. If you haven't got your plus subscription, students, please do check out the link which is given below in the description, and do not forget to use the code that is CLEETALIVE, CLEETALIVE. Using this code you will get 10% off on all the subscriptions on our platform. So here are the few of the best plans that you can go ahead and start preparing for your KCET. You could opt for the 6 months plan. As you can see, this is going to come out at just rupees 1688 per month, and the 12 months plan, which is going to come out at just rupees 1031 per month. So do get your plus subscription, join us at Unacademy and ACE KCET 2021-2022. Right then, students, it's time for me to wind up this session. I will see you soon with one more class. So till then, take care, and together let's crack KCET 2021-2022 with Unacademy, India's largest learning platform.